Let me tell you a story. In 2020, the amount of time spent on TikTok has increased by 40%. And that was because of a lockdown and the pandemic, where all the people were looking for joy in that very difficult time. I was among of those people who really take my time to scroll on the web and on the social media. And what I got from this is the world is in danger and there is still hope. During the time when, let's say, the cooking machine was on pause, the amount of the air pollution in Antananarivo has decreased by 17%. And here with the picture, we can find that the red indicators shifted into green indicators. Just like that, we can say that change is possible. It's just like a proof. I'm Riantsoa Andrianantenaina, and I'm an economist. Economics is a very broad field, but my focus is on sustainable development. When I tell this to people, I always get the question like, how could that be possible? That you are working on economic growth and then you are protecting the environment. Isn't that just utopia? Because when we are promoting economic growth, for sure, we will need to destroy the environment. And my answer is simple. Don't also forget the social dimensions, because that's what makes it truly sustainable. Here is one reflection. Just imagine a clean energy project where children need to quit their schools because they need to help their parents to make it operative. And just imagine that these projects is implemented in a sacred land where indigenous people's rights are violated. And just imagine that these projects also destroy the ecosystems. Is that what we call sustainability? Definitely not. Because sustainability requires more children to go to schools, because it will ensure that education goes to the future generations. Because sustainability requires that we do not lose our biodiversity or even the cultural identity. So since my college years, I've been deeply motivated to fight for Madagascar's sustainability, this unique place where this matters, these subjects really matters. But why? Do you know that there's a paradox here in Madagascar? Madagascar is known as a very rich country. We all know that. We have already written that somewhere. Maybe in our school assignments, or maybe in the introduction of our phases, or just when we talk to foreigners. Madagascar is a very rich country. Madagascar is rich in natural resources. And that's true. Madagascar is also rich in people, rich in community, and rich in smiles. And yet, we are facing a lot of problems. Our GDP per capita is just of $594, and it has barely changed over the years. And it gets worse, because according to the International Labour Organization, only 5% of the active population can get access to social protections, which means healthcare, education, and all the basics of human's dignity. And the environmental situation is also very sad and very alarming. Do you know that Madagascar is the fourth most climate vulnerable country in the world? And the agriculture, the lifeline of 80% of Malagasy people, is just in danger because of drought and cyclones. And as you can see, sustainability is not just about protection, but sustainability will permit that the future generation will survive and the future generation will thrive. So this paradox poverty and wealth, struggle and beauty. That's what drives me to fight for Madagascar's sustainability. Because we cannot longer stay passive. We need commitments and we need to act for it. We cannot let the loss of our biodiversity just because of development, and yet we need to be developed. So I decided to take the lead of Avijoro Madagascar, this organization that I founded. And from this, we are working for sustainability. For us, sustainability is more than planting trees. Sustainability requires, first, more actions that put more actors in synergy. We are gathering CSOs, we are gathering businesses, we are gathering scientific community and also youth on the table to discuss more about Madagascar's priority, because we cannot just go for sustainability without knowing what is priority for Madagascar. Since our creations, we have gathered more than 500 people and to discuss about priorities in more than 10 thematics. Second, sustainability requires strengthening grassroots organizations and communities' capacities. We are leading projects, school field projects, in where we always gathered students first. Of course, it's a school. Students, we are gathering schools directors and staff, and also the community leaders. We are gathering them to form a committee together, and with this committee, we support them so that they can define what kind of actions they should do. But for these activities, we have, for example, here, one, we are planting trees, of course, but more than planting trees, we have discussions and we make people responsible. And last one, we are making education for sustainable development. Like that, we are supporting the parents and also the schools with these projects to increase their income first, education to educate students, and also with these projects we are saving soils. That's how we create a sustainable way of life. Next thing, sustainability requires more advocacy. I had the chance to represent Avijoro Madagascar at some international and national conferences in which we voice our needs, in which we expose the incoherence of policies, and also in which we make decision makers accountable. And why does it really matter? Because sustainability requires more political will. And without political will, everything you do, you cannot bring it at the highest level. And the last one, sustainability requires that we promote innovation. Why do we need to promote innovation? Because innovation is the real key to put in synergy the economy, the social, and also the environmental thing. We are promoting, for example, smart and resilient crops. For the smart and resilient crops, we can plant those things even in a dry place. And that's the power of innovation. Just imagine, at the beginning of my talk, I told you that when the cooking machine was on pause, the air pollution decreased. But with innovation, even the cooking machine is on play, the air pollution can still decrease. That's why we need to promote innovation. And also, At Avijoro Madagascar, we are gathering all the sustainable initiatives to create one platform in which can inspire the others. So with those 4 points, that's how we stand for sustainability at Avijoro Madagascar. Avijoro Madagascar means Avijoro Madagascar, which is the royal tree that stands and watch over Madagascar's sustainability. And we have chosen this tree, Aviavi, as our symbol because there is the roots, the synergy, there is the chunk, the capacity building, and there's the leaves, all those initiatives that will inspire you. So since our creation, I really learned about perseverance because if we just start with one project, having around 150 beneficiaries and surrounded by only 7 people to work on projects, today we have more than 1,500 beneficiaries and we have 7 structured departments in which we have more than 30 staffs working on it and more than 150 volunteers working on there. And it seems like it's just the beginning. So, as you can see, sustainability is not utopia. Sustainability is not complicated. Sustainability is something that you can also work for. And you can do it individually, you can do it with your team, in your businesses, in your institution, or just with friends and family. If you're in agriculture, work on smart, resilient crops, work on rainwater harvesting, or just in water irrigation. If you are in communication, use your voice to inspire the others and shift mindset for sustainability. If you are in marketing, sell more the impact rather than the products, maybe. And also, if you are in entrepreneurship, rethink your business model so that you can create your income and also think about the impact, because those together is what sustainability is. So whoever you are, please support sustainable initiatives, share them, like them, connect them to people, and foster the synergy. And all that I've told you is simple. It's just some examples, but there is still much to do, starting with what you can do as a pioneer. And here, the global crisis requires an urgent action. I will read what is written in my t-shirt. Ratsianio dia rovin. Ratsisika reo dia izy no hanao an'izany. It really needs that we are acting today for the future generation. So let's, ladies and gentlemen, be the pioneer of sustainability our community needs. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Manatsu.